Muslims, how's Ramadan going for you guys? It's great. This year one created a family cooking and cleaning plan for Ramadan. Every day someone else in the family is responsible for cooking after the meal we break our fast with. We are 6 adults at home and everyone is thrilled to participate. My father, who is not used to cooking, was very creative and enjoyed trying to cook new stuff. My sister is cooking food from all over the world, so next week will be Mexican food. Also, the cleaning up kitchen plan is to make my brothers participate more in cleaning and tidying up. They felt bad that me and my sister are always the ones who end up washing the dishes after a long day of fasting. 1 week into Ramadan and everyone is helping now, so we get to have more time as a family. My plan was a total success and I hope this mentality is kept up even after Ramadan because it benefited the family dynamic. It's going great, thanks. The toughest part for me is talking with patients all day. It can sometimes make my throat dry and make me tired, but this month really is a blessing and allows me to gain a lot of clarity and helps to ground me. The older I get, it also helps me to fine-tune my nutrition. I make a conscious effort to eat really well and stay super hydrated during the times I can eat so that I can perform well at work, and also allows me to still play sports, work out and be active. Thanks for asking up and I hope you and your loved ones are in good health and spirits. Honestly, pretty bad. Doesn't feel like Ramadan at all without family. My dad and I are the only people fasting, so it's just the two of us on the table at Iftar and Sahur, not to mention school and exam anxiety, and of course my country experiencing a third wave of the virus. I miss actually enjoying Ramadan. Skeptical. I'm loving it. I am fatigued all the time during the rest of the year, but when I'm fasting in Ramadan I am hyper alert and energetic. Any other month if I fast I die, but Ramadan hits different. Thanks for asking. I'm not Muslim, but one of my mates is Muslim, so I tried fasting for Ramadan with him. I couldn't last after 2 days. I have no idea how you all do it for an entire month, but it sure does take some dedication and serious faith. Make me appreciate everything that I take for granted a lot more. Keep in mind that this was just after fasting for 2 days. If any Muslims, or fasting non-Muslims, see this, I wish you all the best with your fasting and endeavors. Man, I'm not even Muslim and this made me smile. I hope any Muslims reading this have a good holiday filled with easy fasting and positive spirituality. I wish you all could go to your mosques to pray, and I hope whatever the alternative is still good. Going well, thanks. I got used to fasting on day 3, now it's day 11, I think. So I'm pretty comfortable. I don't even notice hunger or thirst when I'm fasting anymore. Body and mind are used to it. This is so cute. I'm sorry, but you just made my fast 20 times better, so thank you. It's going pretty well. I'm super glad that with online school I can kick back and really focus on spirituality and Allah. I've been reading Hadith book, Alhamdulillah, so in spiritual wise, this is the best Ramadan yet. The only downside is that we can't go to the mosques because of COVID, obviously. So no more staying at the mosque till 12 o'clock am and going to iftar parties. Also, eating at IHOP for Sahri is something that is not happening this year. I don't get to see my extended family, but that's okay because they suck anyways. Also, I can't really focus or study on the assignments that teachers have been piling on me, especially on an empty stomach. So I'm pushing through that. But other than that, it's been really fun because I have the opportunity to cook some good food too and get closer to Allah. 3 edit, so I just got an award, and this is actually like my 5th time posting on Reddit. So first, thanks for the award, and second, what the heck does the award mean? This is really cool, big thank you. I just wanted to drop by and say I hope you are all doing well. I'm a Christian and I think Ramadan sounds like a beautiful holiday. I hope it is filled with peace and love. I send you my prayers for you to find happiness in these upsetting times. Ramadan is a wonderful time of peace and love, empathy for the poor and needy. Commonly asked questions: are you allowed to drink water? No food or drink from dawn till sunset. Do you lose weight? Not really, because generally people pile on at the breakfast what they don't eat during the day. Hunger, headaches and caffeine withdrawal. It can happen if one doesn't take part in Sahri, eating before dawn, but generally from experience I find it is easier to cope without food in Ramadan than other days. Apologies if this comes off as rude, but is Ramadan similar to Lent for Catholics? I'm not religious myself and don't know any Muslims, as I live in a small town in the countryside. I wish everyone the best. This thread made me smile. I am not Muslim, but I am loving Ramadan so far. The family next door are Muslims and they also have family that live in 2 or 3 other houses on my street. All her family go round on a evening to eat, and every night the kids have brought me a huge plate of food: brown rice, chicken, all sorts, but the homemade onion pages and vegetable samosas are amazing. This isn't related to Ramadan, but the kids are great. Before I got my new puppy about 5 years ago, they used to be terrified of dogs, but now they feed him treats, dot the fence, and even come round almost every day for 30 minutes or even longer at times just to play in the garden with him. Oh, look at us bonding over Ramadan. This is so nice. 3 Ramadan has been super fun so far, alhamdulillah, but it's been a bit sad to not be able to go to iftar potlucks at the mosque or go to Tarawih. But with 10 people in my household, we have enough company for sahur, iftar, and inshallah Eid. Also, no one has come up to me and say, well, you can't eat or drink for an entire month? Or stuff like that. Instead, I've had conversations with people, like my teacher, who ask thoughtful questions about Ramadan and Islam to actually learn. It's so disgusting and ignorant how people paint our religion like they do on the media, when really, they should come to us with peace and mind on both parts so they could actually learn about the peace and love Islam has. Second, also, the Ramadan tweets and TikToks are A+. Ramadan Kareem everyone. This is our first Ramadan after my father's death, and before, while he was alive, we would have all the iftar foods that my dad loved, and that was our tradition. He was a big foodie and Ramadan was his favorite month. Now we are figuring out a whole new Ramadan, and the first week was definitely a challenge, but I guess we are slowly figuring out our new normal, and such is life. May Allah accept our fasts this Ramadan, Ameen. So far so well, alhamdulillah. School really bugs me though. I have to wake up at like 7 a.m. in the morning and get no sleep after eating sahri at 2 a.m. I've been trying to exercise and eat healthier too, unlike previous Ramadans. Of course, I'm doing my 5 prayers, Tarawih, etc. and reading the Quran too. Ramadan Kareem to everyone. You know, it's going great. I love it when we eat around the table. We only do it when guests are over, otherwise we eat on the sofa watching TV. We talk about art and share a funny story or two. It makes me feel really blessed to have my family around me and have food on the table, as a lot of people around the world don't have one or the other or even both. I used to work at an international airport doing cargo, and we would fight like bastards to be on night shift with Mahmoud Mughal when it came to Ramadan, because obviously he wanted to work nights during that time, and we wanted to work nights with him in the Tupperware tubs of home-cooked food his wife sent in to work with him. She would cook so much every day, pretty much all of us used to get a healthy serving. Christian Norwegian here. Reading through this was truly wholesome and interesting. I know through friends that the West has an entirely wrong view on Islam and that it's a wonderful religion. Reading all this truly gave me an even deeper understanding. I wish you all a happy Ramadan. Also warms the heart to see people from different cultures gaining a deeper understanding of each other. Hey, thanks for asking up. It's going pretty well actually. Online classes and exams get kinda difficult when you're fasting about 16 hours a day. At least the first 3-4 days were hella difficult, now I barely notice it. More importantly, it has helped me get rid of some old addictions. Or at least I've started working towards it now. I feel like I'm in more control of myself, feel at peace, and it's a really positive feeling. Alhamdulillah. To be honest, it's been a bit rough on this end. I lost my fiancé last year. We've witnessed 3 Ramadan years together and we always broke our fast, prayed and even woke up for sahur, early morning pre-fast meal, together. I know she's gone now and is in a better place, but I just miss her and it's been a little difficult adjusting back to Ramadan routines on my own. I have to worry about making my own meals, eat alone and stuffs like that, but alhamdulillah, Ramadan is a beautiful time to reflect on the good times and pray for better days ahead. Downside: I miss praying Tarawih in our mosque. It's closed due to COVID. Good thing in this year it's not summer yet, so it's easier to fast than last year and the years before, though it doesn't matter when Ramadan comes. If you have strong faith you could handle it, and I'm not just talking about fasting, and the competency to not get exasperated, especially if you are physically tired, and to not overfeed or overbuy food to the point that some get wasted. It also makes you sympathize with poor people who can't eat for days or even weeks. Anyway, Ramadan Mubarak. Pretty good, and thanks for asking. The pandemic really takes the enjoyment out of it sometimes though. Also, the 89% upvoted sums up Reddit's attitude towards Islam and religions in general. Lol. I'm already surprised this post made it to hot. Glad to know people do care about culture and religion. The usual. I'm a night owl so I don't have problems waking up at 3 AM for sure. Pray Salah at 4:15 AM. Sleep, wake up, pray at the right times. Finally at 6:25 PM we do our iftar, break our fast. TBH, I don't even feel hungry the whole day. There are times when I feel thirsty but I soon forget about it. Asked my other friends too about them feeling hungry. Seems like they also don't feel hungry the whole day. It's quite helpful for me since I'm a fatty guy and I don't go to the gym or do anything to stay fit. Ramadan is the time when I can get slim cause I eat once a day and praying Salah kinda keeps you fit too. Edit. I am fasting since I was 8 years old or so it's not really hard for me TBH. I rather like it this way. In fact, when Ramadan ends I feel sad for some reason. Me as a non-Muslim, iftar party must be a typo for after party ... wholesome. After seeing the term iftar party 10 times, I looked it up. It actually is kind of like an after party and sounds like it's a really nice time for friends and family. There's certainly something special about celebrating the success of completing a shared challenge with a large group. I kind of wish I had a reason to get together for big meals with loved ones like that on such a frequent basis. Thanks for asking. It's been going very well. Been doing it since I was 8. Kids are exempt from fasting but it always intrigued me. After all these years it's simply become a habit. I used to have difficulty with the first day of Ramadan, but in the last years that hasn't even been the case anymore. I think it's due to my diet these days, which is a lot healthier. The days really fly by. It's been over a week now and it doesn't even feel like it. Been doing a lot of soul searching, rediscovering my faith and trying to work on certain aspects of my personality that needs adjusting. The not eating and drinking during the day isn't a bother at all. I've only had one day so far, that I started to feel hungry before sundown. All the other days energized me tremendously. Fasting just gives me a great feeling. I love it. A lot of people think that it's something Muslims don't enjoy, but I can tell you as a teenager I was fighting with my parents to let me fast just a couple of years back lol. Definitely, some days it can be draining, but it's the most fun part of the year honestly. And there's a lot of prayer, charity, time with family and friends etc. Yes, iftar parties were, are and will always be a thing, but due to lockdown there are no more sahur parties unfortunately, which happen around 4 or 5 a.m. Regardless, the vibes are immaculate and it's one of my favorite times of the year, always has been. Not Muslim myself, but Ramadan always makes me think of a dinner I had several years ago during Ramadan. A work acquaintance was leaving, and we went out to dinner to celebrate. He was Muslim and we went to a local buffet that served Middle Eastern food. The place was absolutely packed, and even though most of our party was not Muslim, the clock on the wall told us it would be inappropriate to get food from the buffet before everybody else. As soon as it was sundown, it was a mad, but orderly, rush to the buffet. It was seriously the best food I've ever had. We went back several times after that just because it was just wholesome. If you're in the Twin Cities area, Big Marina needs your business. It's going good. I'm trying to use this as an opportunity to lose weight haha, so I'm eating one meal for iftar around 900 calories and I think it's catching up to me as I am quite tired every day. Usually, work until 5 then nap until iftar haha. Thank you for asking smile. It's going well thanks. I love being with my family during this time of reflection and calmness. Really rejuvenated how you feel not only physically but mentally too, and I love that feeling, especially given the pandemic. It really gives you time to be in the moment and an important reminder of purpose. Going well thanks for asking. The first 2 days I had a migraine but the body adjusts and it's no problem at all. I've even started going for a daily walk after I finish work for 3 miles a day at 5 p.m. to exercise and kill time, also to get out of the house. I hardly leave the house during Ramadan except for food shopping. As a non-Muslim I am curious on 2 subjects. If you are someone who works night shift and sleep during the day, is it technically cheating? Do you need to switch to nighttime? Pregnant, breastfeeding woman, they are excused but are they expected to make it up at some point in future? First Ramadan working and it's surprisingly not so bad alhamdulillah. Last year was spent in lockdown and was more challenging tbh what with the limited things you can do at home to pass the time. Usually I'm bad at sticking to any personal schedule. This year however, work offers me a chance to be more orderly and active during Ramadan, as opposed to previous years during which I used to pretty much sleep off the day and stay up the whole night. Not my proudest times but summer weather is unbearable where I live so shogunai. Ramadan Kareem everybody. Oh, and thanks for asking about us. Made my day smile. It could be going better. I have 2 exams left and studying in the day is excruciating for me because I don't feel like studying at all lol. The hunger pangs were gone after the second day for me. I find that prioritizing protein at sahur really works the best for me in order for me to stay full the longest. I haven't been reading as much Quran as I'd like but I have 2 days left of exams then I'm free. After that it's smooth sailing inshallah. I live in Ontario so I really miss going to the mosque and going to iftari dinners almost every night. I guess similar to last Ramadan this one call for more silent reflection which I could definitely use with everything else going on in the world. Since Ramadan happens 10 or 11 days earlier in relation to the Gregorian calendar each year, the Northern Hemisphere will have shorter and shorter fasts each year for the next 10 years or so, and then will start getting longer, Is that something people notice or look forward to as the fasts get shorter? I think knowing that the fasts will get longer and longer for many years would be discouraging. June and July Ramadans must be so brutal in the extreme northern latitudes. It's going pretty well actually, much better than I expected. My mental health has improved so much in the last week or so. In terms of the fast itself, I live in Pakistan, which gets really hot around this time, but this year round the weather is much milder, so it's easier to fast. I feel less thirsty, etc. All in all, it's been wonderful.